I don't know, maybe you work in the sewer. You know what I mean? Like, does it matter if you don't like your job? I got some good news for you. I want to help you get out of that job. And not because I'm like, a miracle worker or anything like that, but because I have the skills, the knowledge, and the proof to apply the things I show and teach and tell you about to your everyday life when it comes to creating content and making content online. It's going to help you start generating wealth to get you out of that job if that's what you want to be out of. Maybe you're just here, and if you're in here and you're brand new here, let me know you're just dropping in for the first time if you found me and stuff. Hearts on the screen are definitely a way to let me know people are in here, so I'm not talking to the air, because the last thing I want to do is talk to the air. But maybe you're here and you're not looking to replace your full-time job, but maybe you're just looking to add income. Maybe you're looking to just take a vacation with the fam. You know what I mean? Like, maybe you just trying to breathe a little bit easier. I mean, have we seen the price of things in stores go up? Like, I don't know about you guys, but my wife gets this thing called like inflammation. She gets inflammation all the time. It gets this inflation raise every year, right? Does it really cover inflation? No, it doesn't. The milk, the bread, the eggs, the little percent she gets doesn't cover nowhere near that. We were talking about this the other day. So maybe you just need a little bit more to cover the prices on gas and the prices on, just everyday living. Like, you don't need $1 million. You don't need 17,000, 5,000, 10,000 a month. Maybe you just need a couple thousand a month. Can I tell you, getting the $2,000 to $3,000 a month online is really easier than a lot of people think. And the way, like, I've heard, like, I have a friend, and I'm not going to, like, kind of like say their names just because when people tell me stuff, I like to keep it. You know what I mean? That trust thing there. But he told me that he made $30,000 this last month in July. It was like 32,000 and some change doing what we do, creating content. I was way more than I made. I thought I made over 10,000. I made a little slight miscalculation. I made $9,537.77 or something like that. I was right at the $10,000 mark, but a little bit off. And I was just like, show me your ways. You know what I mean? But maybe you don't need that kind of money. Maybe you just need a little bit. Whatever the case is, I'm here to help. What is the biggest thing keeping you from the next level? Have you started yet? Maybe you haven't started. Why haven't you started? Or have you started and you're stuck somewhere? You're not getting deals. You're not getting traction. Why? Where are you at? Maybe you've understood UGC, but now you're like, well, what else is there? Because I'm doing UGC, I'm making a little bit, but now I would like to do more. Right? Like stacking streams of income. We talked about this a lot in the past. Guys, if you're coming into the stream, let me know you're here. I appreciate I appreciate the comments, respectful comments and stuff like that. If you guys like the stream, that'll let me know you guys are here and you're liking what I'm talking about. You're excited to hear what I'm talking about. But are you ready to move to the next level in your online business, regardless if it's UGC, YouTube, Amazon affiliate, like TikTok shop? What are you doing right now? Like, are you ready to move to that next level? Like, type in next level in the chat if you guys are here. We have a bunch of people on TikTok. We have people on YouTube watching. Let me know what you guys are excited to hear about today. So let's start here. If you're at a new level, right? You're trying to get to the next level, but it seems like you're getting a lot of resistance. Like, have you ever try to make your business bigger, better, try to funnel it more, try to expand it more, try to scale it more? But it seems like every single time you go to do that, you have some kind of resistance pushing back against you. Like, am I the only one that feels that when I'm trying to scale and get bigger? Like, I know I'm not the only one, right? It could be a cash flow issue. It can be your wife or your husband issue. It could be your partner issue. It can be your kids. So you don't have the time issue. Like, there's resistance trying to do more, trying to scale, trying to get bigger. Let me tell you guys right here and right now, if you're having resistance in your business, listen, you're growing. Resistance in your business means you're growing. You're on the right path. Continue down that path, because resistance means it's not easy. If it was easy, everybody'd be successful in business, wouldn't they? Everybody that has started something and has quit, it's because it wasn't easy. The people that truly start something and continue even through the resistance are the people that truly, typically speaking, prosper, able to quit their full-time jobs, able to hit 10Ks months. Like, those types of people are the people that actually grow and prosper in business. So if you're having any kind of resistance right now, hey, I appreciate the follow. Keep pushing through it, because I promise you, you're growing. That's the whole, like, this whole thing is a growing experience. It's not supposed to be this thing where you start doing UGC, you start doing TikTok affiliate, you start doing Amazon, whatever you're doing when it comes to content, that is supposed to be easy. It's not. You're going to have resistance along the way, regardless if that's you just starting and you have issues showing up on camera because you don't like your appearance. Who's brand new out there hates their voice on camera? Who's brand new out there and thinks that they have an imposter syndrome because of what they look like, maybe body dysmorphia or something like that? Who out there feels like they don't know enough to do it? Who out there feels like the person that's already in their space, they're wanting to make content for it? There's too many people in their space and they're all way smarter than them in that. Every person that starts has that same thought process. Not one person that has started out really, really good, really, really knowledgeable. They all had to grow in their space. The only difference between them and you are two things. One is they have started. And two is, hey, I appreciate the love. And two is, the heart threw me off. One is they have started. And two is they have grown and went through the resistance of growth to get to where they are now. Listen, if you're wanting to do content, each and every single one of you is a unique individual. You were created unique, right? And what you bring to the table is different than what somebody else brings to the table. You do not have to be an expert in the field that you want to talk about. You don't have to be an expert before you start. You're not supposed to be. You're supposed to continue to grow, continue to get better. What's my saying for people that have been here forever? Get 1% better every time you start something. And I take it further than just saying get 1% better. What is that 1% you're working on? Don't just say, I'm going to get 1% better every time I record a video. No. What's that 1%? Is it audio? Is it the way you speak to the camera? Is it the way you look at the camera? What's that 1%? Dial it in to get better at that 1%. If you would just start one foot in front of the other and just go for it, go against the resistance, get uncomfortable, get comfortable with being uncomfortable, I promise you, so many breakthroughs will happen for you, your family, your growth as an individual. Hey, can I tell you right now, when I first started making content, I know it's hard to believe, but I was not very good at speaking English. I know, right? I'm so perfect now. The point is, I was way worse. Like for you that all know me and stuff, you've seen me, I stumble over my words all the time, especially being live. I'll mispronounce words and stuff. But I was super, super bad. Mumbling really bad. I used to speak really fast and I get super excited. Now, because of the repetition and going against resistance and pushing through it, I've gotten to a new level of communication, of talking, speaking, of just coaching, even that I could not have believed. See, I'm stumbling over my words still. I would have been out 6 years ago. What makes me different than you? Two things. I've started and I've gone against the resistance. If you haven't started yet, the first thing is to do is just start. Anyways, welcome in. My name is James Pugh. Guys, if you're brand new here and you don't even know who the flip I am right now, just came across your FYP page. Well, I'm a content creator. I've been doing content for 6 years. I used to be a truck driver. I used to drive semis up and down the road and literally all night long. And now I make content for a living. I do UGC, Amazon, YouTube, all kind of different things. I do a little TikTok shop. We're going to get more into TikTok shop even here really, really soon. I'm super excited about that. I'm also a mentor and a coach. I coach in the C5 community, UFA community. If you know any about that stuff, we have, just since I just mentioning the C5, if you guys are brand new to content or you have been in content for a while now and you're like literally you're looking for that next step, like, hey, what do I got to do next? I need to get to the next level. I don't know what to do. How do I stack these incomes that you're talking about? We're throwing a free masterclass to teach you that exact thing. It's absolutely free. All you do is sign up. It's going to be August the 11th at 3:30 p.m. Eastern time. You show up. It's free. The only thing is you just have to sign up. The link is in my bio, the very first one. Seats are limited. We're only allowing a certain amount of people in there because this is the very first one we're doing. So if you haven't signed up yet, I highly recommend you do that. And let me know if you sign up, because if you do, I need to be like a little. Anyways, a little Rick Ross action going on. Rick Roll action, too, Rick Ross. But anyways, we get to some of these questions here. Hi, friend. Hi. What's going on, Steph? Welcome to the live stream. I'm your host. Whoops. What's going on, Brandon? Nikki, I'm just all saying words. You're saying words. I can't. I can't read either. That's the other thing. My anxiety, Becky, your anxiety. So it's like the anxiety of just turning on the camera and showing up. That's for real for so many people. When I teach people and I'm trying to help people get through that anxiety, the best thing to do, and I'm not going to tell you to just go live. I'm not going to tell you to go post a video online. What I'm going to tell you to do is just record yourself. Turn your camera on and just post it and set it up on a tripod or something to hold it, do selfie style, and just record yourself. Record yourself talking about something you're knowledgeable and talking about, and just watch it back. But do that every day. You never have to post a video. I highly recommend not to delete those videos, because a year from now, listen, Becky, listen. A year from now, if you do that every day just for yourself, it's not going to take you a year to get online. I promise you, if you do that every single day, you'll get used to seeing yourself on a camera and on a phone, and you'll start posting really soon. But in a year, you'll have the content to come back to show people that are following you what you had to do to get over it. And it's going to be an amazing story of how you got into it. So like, hey, follow me on my journey. This is how I started. I couldn't even post online because my anxiety got to me. I had to just record on my phone because James, UGC by Pew, that guy over there, he told me just to do that. And I did that, and it got me over my anxiety of going and posting online because I started with just what I could see. And maybe if you want to take it up a notch, maybe you're like, okay, you're used to it, but you're still not there, right? You're still not quite there. There's several things you can do, right? One is you can do like an Instagram story, right? Why? Because they're only there for 24 hours. They disappear afterwards. Those are great practices to just start posting online. Maybe, or you can do it with a TikTok story as well. Maybe you want to send a link to a friend that you don't want everybody to see it. You start a YouTube channel, right? You post a video on YouTube. You post it as unlisted. That means no one has access to it unless you give them access to it. And then you can just post all the videos there anyways. A little side hack for all you people out there. Post a video there so you can delete it off your phone because it'll be on YouTube. So you'll always have access to it. And that way you don't have to worry about if you accidentally delete it, you have the content for later on when you want to come back to it. But I really, really think if you guys would start with that, the anxiety, it will get easier over time. I know a lot of people that have this anxiety. I've helped a lot of people through this anxiety. And I even didn't like the way I looked on camera when I first started. I didn't like the way I sounded on camera when I first started. But repetition is king, and just showing up and doing it daily, I promise you, it will help. And again, resistance. That anxiety you're feeling means that there's a growth that's about to happen in you, but you have to push through it, right? I know a lot of my friends that are having this resistance right now. Some of them are having resistance in finance. Some of them are trying to figure out how to pay their bills. Some of them are just trying to figure out what's next for them. And my encouragement for each and every single one of them is to push into that resistance, lean into that resistance, because that is how growth actually happens. If you're not having any kind of resistance, I'd actually be worried a little bit. Because that means you're not growing. Resistance means you're growing, and I want to be growing continuously. Anyways, hopefully that's encouraging and some let's do the people clap. Awesome, Becky. Yeah, and this is going to help you so much because we're going to go over all kind of different things in there. Oh, Brandon, you signed up too. Let's go. Hey, it's free. Why not? You know what I mean? It's a free freaking event. Why wouldn't we sign up for a free event? Wish I could spend more time than I do now. Aaron, yeah, I get that, bro. I get that 100%. Why I open this. Hey, I appreciate all the love and support, by the way, guys. Yeah, the time factor is always a big thing. And this is where I come back to communities and self-investment and stuff like that. Remember, I started in a truck. So I did full time. I was a full-time truck driver. So I would drive throughout the night and then have to come. And when I first started, I started super small. I started on YouTube. So doing one video a week didn't seem hard, but it was kind of hard just because I was still learning. There was a lot of resistance there, learning how to edit, learning how to show up on camera. But once I figured out how to do that, I started adding more stuff. I never gained time back because I kept adding to it, right? And the best way for me to get my time back was just self-investment myself. Getting a part of a community, buying what I learned. Because there's ways to grow. You can grow free, but that takes the most time. I didn't have the most time, so I just, instead of doing it all free, I just bought my way to knowing what I know now, and that was the most. That was it's a double-edged sword, if I'm being completely honest with you, right? Because yes, I learned so much faster, but because I learned so much faster, I was able to do so much more, which in return made me so much more money. In return, I didn't get any of my time back because I was doing so much more. But in reality, because I was doing more, because I learned more faster, I was able to make more money faster. I was able to get out of the truck because of that. It came to a point that I knew too much. I could only apply so much at a time, and I was capped on what I could make a month because I didn't have no more time. So I had to make that decision to just step away, make a step of faith, and just step out of the truck completely. And doing that was the best decision because as soon as I did that, my income doubled. It literally doubled. I was just I was going from 4 to 5K months to instantly 8 to 10K months plus. Right. So this past month, I thought I did over 10K. I was a little off. It was $9,577 or something like that. It's right here. No, it's not. I signed out. Anyways. So But the point of the matter is, I was able to get the time back, which I still don't have time because I'm still learning. I'm still in resistance mode, and I'm still pushing myself to become better and learn and, figure out how all this works and what it's going to fit in my life. I'm so happy right now, guys. You guys have no idea how happy I am of like this class I'm taking with Omar. It's the content to cash challenge, and it's teaching, like, this has me my eyes open so wide right now. And just day one, oh, I can't wait to like just learn so much. I love learning and I love self-investment. All right. Woo. Let's keep going. My job. What's your job, Orlando? What's your job? Tell me what your job is. Why is that? Well, why is that an issue for you, Orlando? Holy smokes, your video is clean and crisp. Is that your real background? Absolutely is my real background. And I'll prove it to you real quick here. My real background, because I can change the colors. Well, actually, you ain't gonna be able to see it. I changed that corner color right there. It was orange and now it's purple, and I'll make it back orange. I can't change my big light. I don't have it hooked up to anything to do that yet. All right, here we go. I'm fighting to get my Fiverr gig set up. Oh, nice, Becky. You're fighting to get your Fiverr gig set up. Are you having issues like admin side somewhere, W9 or something like that? I've been hearing about those happening quite a bit. Which level? Okay, not sure, Darth, what you meant there, buddy. A little more context, and I'll be able to help you out there unless you're trying to ask her something. And parenting. Yeah, the parenting part, Aaron, is a big thing too, and I get that. Cry each time. Yep. Signed up. I'm going to start drinking again. I'm going to patiently leave soon. I can't wait to invest a ton of time into it while not working. Yeah. That's that is definitely it's hard because stuff is always going to happen. Life is always going to come up. Things are always going to come up in people's lives and stuff. So like, even with like saying I'm going to invest more time and stuff, do it now if you can. Like when I was a truck driver and I was trying to figure out how to get to the next level, and I was going through like a growth period in my life that I had never seen before. I wasn't sleeping. I wasn't, it was like 3-hour nights of sleep and stuff like that. I had to go through, and I don't do this anymore, but I time blocked everything. My sleep, when I got up, when I ate, when I met with people, when I created content, when I edited, like when I delivered content. I had to do that for a short period of my life because I had no time. Like I literally had zero time, especially near the end there. Time blocking just made the most sense for me in that time of our life for me. So I say that for everybody that's listening right now. If you're having a time issue in your life, and I get it, everybody's situation is different. I don't have kids, so I can't say I understand the kid part. But I do know lots of parents out there and single parents that have made it work as well. I highly recommend doing a time block just for the short period of your life if that's going to help you get to the next level. Why was viewership dropped so much lately? It seems I'm not out on the FYP page. TikTok's weird. TikTok has always been weird. I don't, if my lane's not TikTok, if I'm being completely honest with you, my lane's YouTube, Amazon Influencer, and UGC. I am learning about TikTok, but even the people that are super successful in TikTok tell me the same thing. Like it's weird. Like it's been weird lately. So that's the only thing I can do. Doing what? I assume you were talking to Spike. Thanks, James, for all the encouragement I have to get back to work. Bye, everyone. Yeah, thank you, Becky. I'm glad you came out. That's good advice for sure. The view thing, definitely weird. I have 1 mil views, then like 200. Yeah, it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. I'd be happy. I'd be cool to get 1 mil view one time. I mean, I got like my Pews Review TikTok. I have videos that are actually reaching the 1 million view mark. And they've been on there for a while now. I don't know how I got evergreen content on TikTok, but it happened. Super shocked by that, but I'll take it. Woo. All right, cool. What else you guys got? What other questions do we have? We've talked a lot already. I mean, we broke definitely a lot of conversation happened, a lot of encouragement. I hope I'm encouraging too, by the way, guys. Like the encourage, I'm an encourager by heart. I've always have been. I sometimes I try to fix problems too much. You can ask my closest friends. They just tell me to shut up sometimes. Just they want to vent to me. I had that happen today with a friend of mine. He's like, I can't talk to you, dude. You just try to fix my problems. I was like, dude, that's how I'm built, dude. I don't. It's how I process things. Like, well, like if you book a one-on-one with me, you best believe like it's not. This is not a one-on-one call with your boy Pew is not a therapy session. Like we trying to figure out why you are where you are at and how we get you to the next level. And you got to be ready to share how and be ready to be asked 1,000 different questions because that is literally how I help people. Everybody that I've helped in my life, I go super, super deep with them. And I won't change that about myself just because I want to get to know the people. I want to help the people. That's literally what I'm trying. That's my goal. So, what? You? No way. Hey, Steph. How are you doing? I don't know who you are. Why are you in my live like that? Who are you, Steph? Hey, guys, listen, if you are talking about, okay, little shout out from my girl Steph for a second here. If you guys are looking for like a way to keep track with everything you got going on in your business, she literally just created this hub that you can just connect everything in one place with, and literally clients, agencies, whatever. You have a calendar, you have a spreadsheet, you have your due dates, you have your like everything you could think of that you need for like if you come from the corporate world, especially if you're good with Google Sheets and stuff, it's all Google Sheet based. So she did that because that's what she came from, the corporate world. Highly recommend just checking out that in her bio because super, super helpful for people that are getting in this and trying to figure out how to get a handle on everything, especially if you're kind of going to that next level in your business and stuff. It's super, super valuable to have. And it's like a one-time payment. It's not a subscription or anything. When I say she spent hours, I know she spent hours because I got the messages letting me know she has spent hours and not getting sleep making this thing. So she poured her heart and soul into it, and she's made it available for everybody. So if you guys do want to check that out stuff and check her profile out, her bio and all that crazy stuff, I think it's like the first link or something in there. What's the difficult rating for Fiverr 1 through 10? I've been using Incense to get started. Yeah, Incense, like the smaller platform, guys. I'm going to be completely honest with you. I've always been completely honest with everybody. Fiverr is not easy to get started on, as in like getting messages and getting brand deals right out the gate. But that's why I tell people to start with Fiverr, because you go into Fiverr, you create a Fiverr profile, you create your gigs, and then leave them after you optimized your gigs. And then you go to Incense, you go to Billow, you go to Backstage, you go to all these other little platforms where you can immediately pretty much get really low paying deals, but you're getting something on the table, right? And that's going to allow Fiverr's gigs to get going in the platform. I have been slow on the last 2 days on Fiverr myself, by the way. I don't know what's going on there. I was really pretty busy and my messages slow down a little bit. I think it's because we're getting ready to do that turn. And every time right before a turn and it goes boom, because of Q4 and all that, there's always a little slight slowdown because businesses are like strategizing and stuff, and agencies are trying to figure out how they're gonna promote everything. So I really think it's going to pick up really, really soon, and then you're going to be begging for a day off by the end of the year. But rating at 1 to 10, getting going, I'll put it like a 5, because I put it at 5 too, because there are people that do get on there and have success right away, but sometimes that just doesn't happen. It takes a little while to get going in the algorithm. But once you get messages coming in that are actual clients, not spam, and you actually start getting orders, then you'll move up in the algorithm even more, and it's like a snowball effect. And I'll give you guys a super, super pro tip for everybody in here right now. You're gonna get the game for free. If you want to supercharge your algorithm, accept an order a day. if you're new in the space, right, and you get some order from a person and it's super low paying and you don't really want to do it, but you have got no traction on Fiverr, I promise you, because what happens is when you accept the order, you immediately get a bump in the algorithm. Tomorrow you'll get another offer. You accept that one, and every day you accept one order, 7 orders a day. Eventually, you'll get so high up in the algorithm. A couple things are going to happen for you. One is you're going to be on the first page. Two is you're going to have so much work. You're going to have to bring your prices up anyways because you can't keep up with it. Yes, you're going to start slower. Yes, you're not going to make as much money, but more than likely, the same amount of money you're going to make on Fiverr with those small orders is what you're probably making on Billo, Coley, or Incense. So why not take them there and get bumped in the algorithm? Then you could take your prices up faster on Fiverr and start making more money sooner. I mean, that's the game. You know what I mean? Like, can I get like a fire emoji or something in the chat for that? I mean, dude, come on, guys. That is like just crazy. Some hearts or something. Like, that is absolutely asinine. I just dropped that on the spot for you, just like boom, out of my head and out of nowhere. You know what I mean? Let's go. All right, let's see what we got going on here. Hey, what's going on? I'm glad you're new here. Welcome in. If you got any questions about anything, let me know. Like challenging to get deals, fairly simple. Stuff, yay. I could definitely use that. Oh, nice. Content tracker gives you updates automatically. Crazy 3 a.m. messages. Yeah, crazy 3 a.m. messages. I'm data analyst with no job. Oh, you're a data analyst with no job. I don't. So you're trying to get going on UGC? You're trying to get going with content? What do you try? What you need? I'm here to help you. Just got to give me some meat to eat off of, so I can help you and point you in the direction that you want to go right now. It's summer slump. Fiverr is going to pick up soon. Yeah. Summer slumps is a real thing with Fiverr. I was pretty busy last month, as in messages wise. I didn't take a lot of orders just because I was getting a lot of orders on the outside of Fiverr, but. This month it started out pretty slow, but it'll pick up too. Sometimes like the beginning of the months are a little slower, and then like by week 2 they start picking up. Week 3 is, I think, typically the the bigger weeks on Fiverr, particularly because more brands are. If you notice that, like, too, if even on the inbound side, you'll get a lot of brands and a lot of agencies that are like posting big jobs or more jobs like on week 3 to go into next month. That's usually how it works, because especially they got to ship you product and stuff like that. I work with an agency, Joel, several times, where most of the time I see him posting his jobs. It seems like week 3, he'll post 3 or 4 of them at one time. And that's just because it goes that's like they're for next week. So anyway, next month. How do you get started? Yeah, I mean, this is the thing, right? With UGC, it's as simple as starting on a platform with your cell phone. You don't need lights. You don't need this fancy equipment. You don't need anything. Like, quite literally, UGC is the lowest ground floor of a business that you can start. I don't think there is a cheaper business in the world unless you can walk outside and sell the air, you know what I mean, to somebody that you can or something like that. I don't think there's really anything else that is cheaper to start as a business owner in the world. Why? Because you can literally start with this right here. You can start on a platform that's completely free. Billo, Incest, Coley, any of those, Fiverr, even, I don't like Upwork, but Upwork too. It's not free though, so I take that back. And start getting paid just using your cell phone. Like, what other business, people that do drop shipping, people that start on social media is ground zero for any business anywhere really in the world today to become profitable. To like there's a thing, it's called the 7 hold on, I just wrote it down. It's the 7 mountains of influence, right? It's arts and entertainment, business, education, family, faith, government, and media. And then, like, if you do any of those things, you have content. And it used to be 7 pillars, but now it's 6. Why? Because media is now spread across the other 6 because businesses are grown through media today. Oh man, that's so good, ain't it? I know, just dropping nuggets for you guys today. See, you come to my live streams this week after I'm attending this master class. The best way for me to learn is to regurgitate what I've just learned. So I'm going to be dropping gold nuggets like this all week long. So whatever you do, whatever your profession is, if you're a dentistry, if you're a restaurant owner, if you're a analyst, right? The person in here, I'm a data analyst. The way to make your business grow is through media. So how do you get started? Super simple. Grab your phone, go to Fiverr, make a profile, create 4 gigs, figure out what you could do for UGC, and then let the clients come to you. Well, what is UGC, James? I'm glad you asked. UGC is user-generated content. Now, there's a couple things I want to say about the user part because I get questions all the time. And this is one of those questions. Do I have to be on camera? Yes. Can a unicorn pop up out of nowhere and make it work without being on camera? Sure. But I'm not going to teach you to do that because I don't believe it's going to be very beneficial for you or your business to be. If you don't need to be on camera, right? If somebody can do like with the AI, you know what I mean? And the progression of AI, if we can start selling it without being our faces on camera, then really what is the point for us? Why can't I just do something with AI and not show a face? And do some kind of crazy non-face AI UGC video because it wouldn't be user-generated content at that point. It would just be generated content, which is what's crazy. Hey, and let me tell you guys something right now. Woo, dropping another nugget. Do you know that YouTube just went through and deleted? This number is a high number, and I might be wrong about the number, but it's a super high number. But I'm pretty sure it was 250,000 YouTube accounts that were AI generated accounts. What does that tell you? Everybody's getting over it. No one really cares about AI like that anymore. So our job security is only becoming safer because people are starting to hate you just generated content, AI generated content. They want the user generated content. They want to see me. They want to connect with you. They want to feel the emotion from what the video you make, right? Steph in the city, she's in here right now. Or is it Steph in the city in here or Steph on? Okay, Steph on camera's in here right now. You know, what she does very well is she walks and she makes content while walking through Chicago on her phone, you know, and there's people around her. There's people walking by. There's cars in the background. There's noise coming through, ambient noise of when she's doing it. Brands, but more importantly, audiences want to see that now because it connects on an emotional, deeper level with who's watching it so that they can relate to the person on the other side of the camera. That's why user-generated content is so important for any industry. I mean, are we getting knowledge? I mean, can I get some hearts, some fire emojis or something right now? I mean, guys, drop something in the chat. Thank God if you're happy AI is starting to take a downfall. Thank God, DJ over here. Thank God, I love it. All right, let's get back into it. I want to learn more about doing UGC on Fiverr. Is there some sketchy stuff? Is there good pay? I like that. I like that question. It's a very good question. There's always sketchy stuff anywhere, right? If you do a UGC outside of Fiverr, right? There's so many like scams going on in X right now. You're going to get a bunch of scams in your inbox on email. There's scams everywhere, right? The important thing is on how to identify those scams and then how to, keep yourself safe from those scams. To answer your second part, is Fiverr good pay? Fiverr is as good, and I know this isn't the answer that people like to hear and stuff, but Fiverr is as good as you are negotiating. Because honestly, especially first starting out, Fiverr is a negotiating platform. What I mean by that is a new seller and a level one seller, their prices are going to be a little lower. They're going to probably be between the $45 and $60 range for like a 30-second video for a UGC video. That's not, if you go and look and do gig research on that, if you click on any gig that has that price, look at the description, I promise you, if not 100%, 99% of those creators, their very first line in their description says, contact me before placing an order. Why is that? It's because they understand that what the brand wants versus what they're trying to buy isn't what they really want. So when they reach out and they say, hey, this is what I want, they send over the brief or they send over an example ad. Okay, well, my basic package for the $65 only included this and this. You also want this, 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 and this. So for those services to be added on top of the $65, it's going to be $100 to $150 maybe, right? So it really depends on how your negotiating skills are, how you talk and chat, how you present to yourself. If you've been in the industry a while, and maybe you just understand how sales and stuff work like that, you'll probably have some pretty good success on Fiverr starting out. But there are a lot of pitfalls and stuff that are just on Fiverr itself. That's why I always highly recommend to find like a Fiverr driven community, a Fiverr driven course or something like that. Hop in there so that like you can learn like what the pitfalls are and stuff and like what people have gone through and stuff. Like our community, we teach all that and stuff like that. But finding that and figuring that out will help you along the way. And that's, regardless of what community you want to hop into, just make sure that whatever community is, it's literally Fiverr driven. Don't just jump in a UGC community, because a UGC community might not, the coaches and mentors in there might not really be on Fiverr or been on Fiverr long enough to really understand what pitfalls are there and how things usually work there. I can attest to that. I spent zero and have made a decent money part-time. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it, man. Absolutely. That's how it should be. I got all these like sound. Can y'all hear this? Anyways, all right, let's see. I don't know if y'all could hear that or not. Hopefully y'all could. Brah. Anyone need help trading? Come. Oh my gosh. That James is probably a scammer. I wouldn't go and message him. Like, you come in the room, bro. Y'all ignore that James Master guy. I don't know who that crap that is. Anyways, curious, what do you mean by creating 4 gigs when speaking about Fiverr? Yeah, so let me take a sip of my drink before I drop another firebomb on all y'all. So, as a new seller on the platform, you can create up to 4 gigs. A gig is pretty much like your portfolio, let's call it. And what it is, you'll set your title up in your intro and intro video and all that, description, all that, but you can do that in 4 different gigs, right? So I will create UGC ads for your TikTok. I will create couple UGC ads. I will create spokesperson UGC ads. I will create pet UGC ads. There's 4 right off the top of my head, right? We want 4 different UGC gigs up. And why is this, right? Steph, are you still in here? Is Steph in here? I don't know if Steph's in here, but Steph and I are friends, as you guys can probably tell. And we went to Tennessee together a few months ago, and we were driving down the road, and there was like this Taco Bell that was about to open. We were in a car, we were driving, and guys, when I tell you, there was probably 30 billboards in a row of Taco Bell's grand opening. I was like, holy crap. Why do you think they did that? Was it to ignore you? Probably. But it also was to self-consciously put that in your head to when you come up to it, if you need to go to the bathroom, if you're thirsty, if you are freaking hungry for some tacos because you've read tacos 1,000 different times in a 5-mile radius, it puts that self-consciously in your mind to go to Taco Bell. When I say create 4 gigs as a new seller, it's because if you can land on a page 1 or 2 times and then they go to the next page and see you one, or then another page see you again, self-consciously they have seen your face 4 different times. So self-consciously they might feel a little connection, especially if they don't remember you, because they're just scrolling, right? They're not maybe not seeing you, but the eyes see you. So that self-conscious instinct is they get drawn closer to you every single time they see you. This is why when I say, hey, when you're creating content online or anything, you put content out everywhere because you are a billboard. You're a walking billboard, especially if you do UGC. If your content is your job, let people see you. Self-consciously, if people see me and know who I am, then what does that do? It creates trust, self-consciously speaking. If you see... Because if I see somebody, if I'm a brand and I see someone scrolling 4 different times and I see one other gig right there that I only self-consciously, and even though I wasn't really looking at pictures, I don't really remember that person looked like because I only had 1 gig up. Self-consciously, I'm going to pick, I know I keep saying self-consciously, but I'm going to pick the person that I have seen 4 times, not because I remembered seeing them 4 times, but because for some reason I was drawn to them and I trusted them more. Don't know why, but self-consciously I did. That is how, this whole, like the mind and the not therapy, but you guys know what I'm trying to say, works in this field. Psychology works in this field. Hey, was that a fire? Was that a fire emoji drop moment, or am I just talking to no one right now? Did anybody get anything from that? With 1,263 likes, I thought I'd be at like 10,000 by now with all the bombshells I'm dropping for you guys today. And you guys are sleeping on me. What's going on? All right. All right, let's move it up. Easiest to use with a phone for a senior. Yeah. So for senior, for my Gen X's, love you all out there. Yeah, Fiverr is pretty good to use with your phone. You can't technically set up a Fiverr account for the very first time on your phone, I don't believe, unless they have changed it. I haven't been on the platform. That would be something that would have been updated in our course if you can. But Fiverr is pretty simple to use on your phone. I don't use Billo, Incest, or any of those other platforms regularly, but if I'm scrolling through them on the phone, it's easy, it's fine. But I'll be honest with you, just because I am a PC guy. I do all my work on my PC. I'll answer messages and send Fiverr offers out and stuff on my phone. It's super simple and easy to do, personally speaking. But I don't do any of those other ones really, even from my phone, so I can't really speak to them. But I can say we have a lot of, like, in our community, we have like 3.6 thousand people in our community now. And we have a lot of older Gen Xers in there that are 60, 70. I think we have some that are even in their 80s or close to it in there. And they've all learned one way or another, and we've helped them and walked them through it and stuff like that. So thank God. Okay. The clip of you on X was drippy. I'm thinking drippy. He was at least 11 inches in. Oh boy, I almost read all that. Let me block that. Easy to Fiverr. Okay, thing. Do you think it's possible to work with big known companies with a little to no follow? Yeah, absolutely, 100%. Like when it comes to UGC, absolutely. Like we have big brands that'll go to Fiverr all the time. I have worked with some pretty big brands myself. Now I've been doing content for 6 years, right? But when I started UGC, I separated them. So no one knew I had a YouTube account with, at the time when I first started, it was like 5,000 followers or something like that. Now I'm close to 10,000. But I never used my influencer channel with YouTube and all that. as like a hey, this is what I do with UGC. This is what I can do. This is why you should hire me. I never did that. I started brand new accounts in my UGC as a UGC creator. Petco. I'll give you a really, really good example. So I started this UGC account. I had less than 100 followers. I created a UGC ad for another company through Fiverr. Well, I posted that example on TikTok. I took pictures, I posted about it and everything else, but that video had less than 100 views. Listen to what I'm saying now. Less than 100 views. Can you believe that the actual Petco company was in my DMs on X or TikTok wanting to work with me? Yeah, that's a pretty big brand to have a channel with less than 100 followers, less than 100 view video, and Petco was in my DMs. That happens all the time for all kind of creators. And I'm not even this account. I'm only a little over 1,000, right? I get messages all the time. I get messages in my inbox all the time. Now, I have learned to leverage what I have built in all my business to help me get brand deals and stuff, but you don't need to have a following to get good brand deals. You don't need a huge following. Coley, Billo. If you want to, there's a platform called Vidsy, Vidsy, I believe it is. They work Amazon. There's all kind of like huge brands in there you can apply to work with. And if the agency picks you, guess what? You work with them. And you can have 0 followers. Now I want some tacos. Yeah, I know, me too. I'm thinking the same thing. I'm like, dang it, now I want a taco. That's hilarious. Easiest to use. Okay, hold on. Okay, every day is Taco Tuesday. If you don't know what day it is, what the week is, hey, I approve that message. You know what I mean? I approve that message. Like, Mexican is like some of my favorite food. Like, I'm a foodie at heart, so every food is my favorite food. But I love Mexican, Italian. Oh, I can't do that. Yeah, I know. I've already read it. It's all good. It's all good. So, hey, I don't mind people like that because all they're doing is pushing me out in the algorithm more. So it's all good. Hey, but this is the thing, guys. Listen, real quick, while you're all in here and stuff, and you're asking all these questions about how to get started, this, that, and the other. There's a couple ways, right? The free way right now, and this is since it's something we do all the time. This is literally the very first time we're doing this. Is me and Arbel Kimmick. She's freelance big sis. We're doing a free masterclass on August the 11th at 3:30 p.m. teaching you how to get started on everything. UGC, if you're already doing UGC, how to get started with stacking multiple streams of income. It's going to be a free masterclass. It's a one-day event. It's going to be August the 11th at 3:30 p.m. Eastern time. So seats are going to be limited to that. If you want to get involved in that, go to my bio. It's the first link. Just sign up for it. That's all you have to do is sign up for it. You're in. You're good. You'll get all the update messages and stuff, and we'll see you at 3:30. Let me know if you guys go do that. That way I can say, heck yeah, for you in the chat. Maybe play a little Rick Roll. Anyways, if you're not going to do it because you think this is a scam, I feel sorry for you because it's free. Anyways, what else we got? We got any other questions? I've been live for 55 minutes. I'll stay live for 5 more minutes. If I don't get questions, I don't get no engagement or anything, I'm gonna hop on out of here. You know what I mean? Like, it's 4:30. It's Monday. It's hot. I've been in a masterclass all day. I have done content today. I need to re-edit some videos. I got to send a form back for my C5 community. I got some other videos to film for the C5 course. Like, I got a lot to do. So I want to be here. I want to hang out with you guys. I want to answer as many questions as I possibly can. Like I always say, I answer every single question while I'm live before I get off my lives. So now's the time to answer those questions, or ask those questions, I should say, if you guys are wanting to ask them. The other thing I will say is, if you guys do want to get started specifically on Fiverr, right? So I have this huge thing where I'm just like, hey, when you're learning and you're trying to figure something out, start with one thing, learn it, move on, then start stacking and stuff like that. Fiverr is really good to get in, start, learn, go ahead and create your gig, your profile, and then go ahead and do everything else afterwards. And I highly, 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 highly recommend to do a community of some sorts. And the reason being is because it's going to help you with the pitfalls. It's going to help you with all the scam. It's going to help you with anything you got going on, especially like if you're brand new to this and you have never made like an intro video, or you don't know nothing about Fiverr and how intro videos and stuff work. Maybe you don't even know what a title means. Like, what is, like, if I say to you right now, you're going to make sure you use an SEO title. Well, if you don't even know what SEO means, then you need to learn all this stuff, right? Search engine optimization. It's what is typed in by a brand to look and find you. These change on the platform all the time. What's a thumbnail? What's a good thumbnail for Fiverr? This changes on the platform all the time. Having a community to be able to help you with that, to show you what that means and how to get that going. And if, you can, and the cool thing about our community is if you create an intro video and you need feedback before you post it, because you want to make sure it's good, because we want to make sure our intro video is good for a brand to hire us, you can post your intro video on our community and we'll literally give you feedback on the spot. Me, the admins, other people that are successful in the community. Same thing with your thumbnail. We put out a video here and there talking about updated thumbnails, updated titles. So like, because the platform does change, the algorithm does change, SEO does change on that platform over time because of what brands are looking for and stuff. So we always put out that kind of stuff. And the biggest thing is pitfalls, right? Because there are certain things you can't do on the platform that can get you banned off the platform. And there's a lot of little pitfalls that no one really knows about, but we teach that in the community and stuff. Highly, highly, highly recommend you jumping in it. Even if it's not ours, find a community that you can jump in and be a part of that can help you with all this stuff. I am biased to our community because it's our community. And I'm biased because I believe Arbella is the oldest been on the Fiverr. Now she's old. She's old as dirt. No, she's been on Fiverr for 12 years. So she knows all the pitfalls. If you're going to get into a community with UGC, make sure they know Fiverr. Make sure they've been on Fiverr for more than a year. And if they haven't, I highly recommend not hopping in that community, not because they're not a good coach, not because they probably can't figure it out, but because they don't have the experience yet, understanding what's allowed and what's not allowed on Fiverr. There's lots of brand new UGC creators out there that are probably really good in this coaching and mentor as a coach for UGC specifically. But if they don't know Fiverr, then what's the point? You know what I mean? Like, what's the point of jumping in that community when you can learn how to do UGC in the Fiverr community and learn everything there is to know about Fiverr at the same time? If you guys are interested in the, wow, this is crazy. If you guys are interested in that, you can get involved with that. It's $97. I don't know BBB coming in here and know why he's doing all that, but it's $97 while I'm live. If you don't want to join it, you don't have to. I'm not here to push anybody. I've been live for an hour. It's the very first time I mentioned that community. For all of you that have been in here this entire time, it's the very first time I've mentioned the community, right? And it's going to be the last time unless somebody asks me questions about it. If you want to get involved and you want to get in it for $97, feel free to let me know. I'll tell you how to do it. There's a code you put in. Once I'm live, once I'm not live, it goes back up to $297. All right. What else we got? And for the people that are watching, that are here still, where is I forgot about y'all, YouTube. Hi. I didn't even have the chat up over here. Sorry about that. If you guys for the people that are still watching about this BBB guy coming in here, first of all, I'm never going to tell you to get rich if you sign up for the program. Second of all, that's all he kept saying. So BBB was probably more than likely burnt from a community that he signed up for. And because of that, or she, whatever, she thinks everything's a scam. That's unfortunately what usually happens, is they think it's a scam and stuff. But like for me, I've been in the community. We have over 3,000 people in the community. We have showed receipts. I've showed my receipts. We have plenty of community people in there that have been in there that have made plenty of money on in there as well, just doing Fiverr. We're not trying to teach you that you're going to make 10,000 bucks coming out of the gate or anything like that. We're literally just trying to teach you Fiverr. It's a lifetime access for 97 bucks. So even though they keep trying to message, they keep getting blocked. It's pretty actually hilarious to me. I ought to just let them come in at this point so they can keep feeding my algorithm. In any case, if you guys got any more questions about anything to do with anything, if you do have questions about the community, feel free to ask. If you do have questions about YouTube and Amazon, if you guys want to do the free masterclass that I mentioned earlier, let me know about that. That's literally free. Just sign up for it, and you get to get in there for free and get to learn, a bunch of different stacking incomes and stuff like that. If not, that's no problem. It's been over an hour, so I'm going to hop off here if no one else has any questions or anything like that. We were doing pretty well, and then all of a sudden, we dropped off. So if you guys don't have any other questions, if you don't feel like listening, that's fine. I can hop off and come back another day. All right, so I will answer one question before I get off here because I just had a question come in on the other platform. What do you need to get started with UGC? I answered that earlier, but I'm going to answer it again. So for UGC, it's the least amount of money entry you need to get started. So you literally only need your phone. To start with UGC, creating content, stuff like that, you literally need nothing else than your phone, right? Because you're going to create the content on your phone. You can edit it on your phone on CapCut for free, and you can deliver it to the brand through your phone. So you literally need nothing else. You don't need lights. You don't need a nice mic. You don't need anything else. You can use the freaking window light that you have in your house, or you can go and use your light outside or something like that, depending on where you're going to film your content. And the camera phone mics on them are really, really good nowadays. They honestly are. They're really, really way better than what it used to be. I have an S26 Ultra. A lot of the iPhone 17 is really good. 15s are pretty good too. S24 Ultras got great mics on them and stuff. And the very first thing I'll tell people to recommend if they want to, get going on content or something like that, and they want to upgrade, I do recommend the mic. I always say, hey, getting a mic that you can just take and pin to your shirt or something like that, or hide it or something like that, to where it's out of, it's right there. It's going to make a world of difference for your content. But you don't need it to get started. You know what I mean? Like you can use you can use your mic on your phone to get started. And if you want to upgrade, you could go and buy like a lapel mic that hooks up to your phone for like $20 on Amazon. Super simple and easy to do. But in any case, hey guys, it was a pleasure hanging out with everybody. I'm going to hop off here and go and do some actual work now. And I'll see you guys in the next live. Peace and